Sarah and John Connor are at a beach bar in Guatemala in 1998, 3 years after they had vanquished the T-1000, when a T-800 Model 101 Terminator appears out of nowhere. The person holding what initially appeared to be a black trash bag quickly became known to be hiding a Serbu Super Shorty. When it shoots John, Sarah is startled and tries to defend him by firing her gun at the machine. She is pushed away, however, and is left with no choice but to watch as her son is killed by the Terminator. It continues to shoot John before leaving. Grace, a member of the Resistance, and Rev 9, a new version of the Terminator, arrive in Mexico City in 2020 from different places and at different times. Rev 9 materializes at an apartment building and finds the Ramos family's house and father, while Grace emerges from beneath a bridge and avoids being arrested after a confrontation with the police in which she was discovered to be naked. Diego Ramos, her father, and Dani Ramos share a home. Leaves with Diego to go to work at a factory. The Rev 9 enters the factory dressed as their father as Dani confronts the factory boss. Diego is shocked to find that he might be replaced on the assembly line by a robot. Dani is attacked by the Rev 9, but Grace shows up and stands up for her. While the Rev 9 chases them in a dump truck, Grace, Dani, and Diego flee in a truck. The endoskeleton and the mimetic polyalloy exoskeletal shapeshifter are two unique, independent entities that can be split out from one another by the Rev 9. Diego is killed in the assault, and as the two Terminator sections close in on Grace and Dani, Sarah shows up and uses a grenade launcher to momentarily disable the liquid metal component before firing a missile at the endoskeleton. While Sarah is battling, Dani and Grace flee in her car, but Grace collapses. She tells Dani that she is an enhanced human made for short bursts of activity, and that she needs a variety of medical supplies to restore her to full functionality. Sarah has located Dani and Grace, and she brings them back to her hotel room after they break into a pharmacy to steal supplies. Grace reveals that she is a human from 2042 who agreed to be enhanced with cybernetic components and sent back by the Resistance to safeguard Dani after suffering serious injuries in a struggle with the Riv 7. Sarah explains to them that she learned of their whereabouts through the enigmatic text messages she has been receiving concerning the coming of Terminators throughout time. As they arrive, she searches them down, and each message concludes with the words for John. Grace admits that she is unaware of Skynet or John Connor as Sarah delivers her tale. The SMS message's origin can be found by Grace, and the coordinates match the numerals she has tattooed on her body. They cross the border into the US while following the coordinates, but due to the Rev 9's influence, border agents detain them. The Rev 9 makes an effort to kill Dani after being arrested, but they are able to flee in a helicopter. When they arrived at the coordinates, they found the same Terminator who killed John there, now going by the name of Carl. It is revealed that Carl lost his motivation for killing John and became a part of human civilization by adopting a family and establishing a business. He is the one who sent Sarah the enigmatic notes with the "For John" salutation. The group comes up with a plan to take down the Rev 9. They would require electromagnetic pulse grenades, which they could get from a military major. However, as they are making arrangements with the major, the Rev 9 attacks, and they are forced to flee to a neighboring military installation. They escape there in an aircraft, but the EMP grenades are damaged and made useless. The future leader of the resistance against the Legion is then revealed to be Dani. They are being pursued by the Rev-9 in another aircraft. After several clashes, the plane plunges into a river close to a hydroelectric facility. The gang enters the compound while being pursued by the Rev-9, where they engage in combat with the Rev-9. Carl and Sarah are subdued, Grace fails, and the Rev-9 suffers catastrophic damage. Dani is begged by Grace to use her power source to obliterate the Rev-9. Dani tries to destroy the Rev-9 by using her power source to turn off Grace. Carl gives his life to destroy the Rev-9 in the power source's detonation, saying "for John" with his final breaths. Dani and Sarah leave the scene after she sees Grace from the current timeline playing at a playground. Sarah advises Grace that she will need as much training as possible if she is going to lead the resistance in the future.